Hello student, in the lecture series of heat transfer, in this video we are going to derive the three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinate. Before going to the derivation, we have to take down or we have to understand why we want to learn this derivation and what are the fruitful results will become from this derivation. So first of all, generally if we see that when we heated any rod or any object, heat doesn't transfer in only one direction. It is transfer in three dimension. Because heat doesn't know that to flow in one direction only. So, like if I put the water on a floor, that water will be not flowing only in one direction. It will be flowing in all the direction. Likewise, heat is get flowing in all direction. So how much heat is get flow in all direction if I want to calculate? This is the first part. Second part, that means first is nothing but the direction. Second part, that is inside the object if there will be a generation of heat. For example, nuclear reactors are there. They internally generate the heat. If the wire carrying the currents, due to the flow of current, heat is generated. So if I want to take the account of internal heat generation, and third one, if the heat is transferred by steady state or unsteady state, if I want to take this account, that means if I want to take the account of direction, that means all the direction, if I want to take the account of internal heat generation inside the object like nuclear rod, electric current carrying wires, if the heat is transferred steady stately or unsteady state, then how to find it out the heat transfer, how to solve that problem? For that purpose, this derivation is very important. So, all the shapes in the universe are not same. Some are slab-like structure, some are like cylindrical in structure, and some are like spherical, or some are a combination of this one. But this is the truth, all the shapes are having some coordinate system. They can bind in a Cartesian coordinate system, they can bind or they can follow cylindrical coordinate system, or they can follow the spherical coordinate system, or the combination of it. So before going to the combination, we simply first of all look the simple structure or simple shape which follow the Cartesian system, cylindrical system and spherical system. So if there is an object which having Cartesian coordinate system, at that time how the heat is get flowing through it and how to find it out the heat transfer for different direction and internal heat generation with steady state and unsteady state. For that purpose, we have to derive the three-dimensional heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinate. So for that purpose, first of all, if I am drawing this slab over here, now this is a big slab, but if I able to take one unit of this slab and find it out the heat transfer of this small unit, then with the help of integration I can find it out the heat transfer for whole slab. So right now I am drawing this small unit over here in a big picture, magnifying picture, and then we find it out the heat transfer for that unit, and once we multiply it, we will get the whole picture or whole heat transfer for this slab. So for this small unit, this is that small part of this one. Now I will give the dimension to it so as to I can understand. So this I will call as an dy, Why d? Because it is a small unit of it. So d small unit, once integrate I will get the whole length, that is x, y and z. So this is dx. So here will be an x, y and z. I will take the small unit, that's why I have an dx, dy and dz. So if the heat is transferred from back side to the front side, then heat transfer should be an dqx, I said it. And when it is transferred to the front, then it will become dqx plus dx. So dx amount of heat transfer will be get enhanced, or this is a heat transfer coming out of the element. This is the heat transfer coming inside, that is dqx in x direction. Now what is the heat transfer coming inside the unit or coming inside this cube? That is dqy. So heat transfer coming into the element in y direction is dqy. What is the heat transfer coming out of the element in y direction? That is dqy plus dy. Now what is the amount of heat conducted into the element in z direction? dqz. And what is the amount of coming from the element in z direction? That is dqz plus dz. So this is the amount coming into the element in z direction, dqz. This is the amount coming out of the element in the z direction, that is dqz plus dz. Now we will take one direction first of all, and then we find it out the rest of the direction. So according to the Fourier's law, what is the amount of heat transfer in z direction? That we will find it out. That is, simply we can write it down, dqx is equal to minus kx into area. So what is the area of this? Again here Fourier's law, when we apply the Fourier's law, here it is very important. So this is the direction of the heat transfer for x direction. If you see, this is the direction. So what is the perpendicular area? Because already we seen that the area which is perpendicular to your heat transfer, that we have to take. So this is the perpendicular area. So which is the perpendicular area? dy and dz. So dy dz is our particular area. So I write it down first of all, area into dt by dx. Now this will becomes minus kx into dt by dx. And what is the area? We already calculated, that is dy dj. I call it as this is equation number 1. Now for heat transfer out of the element, so for that purpose I write it down, fundamental principle of differential equation. Fundamental differential equation that is dabba upon dabba x, f of x is equal to f of x plus dx minus f of x divided by dx. So dabba upon dabba x, f of x is equal to f of x plus dx minus a. This is the fundamental differential equation from mathematics. Now we have to convert it, we have to apply for the heat transfer. So this f of x will becomes your dqx, and this f of x plus dx will becomes your dqx plus dx. So this will become dabba by dabba x dqx is equal to dqx plus dx minus dqx divided by dx. So I want the value of dqx plus dx. So dqx plus dx is equal to, this will come at this side, so it will becomes dabba by dabba x into dqx into dx, and this will come at this side, so it will becomes a plus. So I will get dqx, this will come at this side, so it is become a plus dabba by dabba x dqx into dx. Now I call it as equation number 2. Now from equation number 1 and 2, what is the net amount of heat conducted? Amount of heat conducted. So it will become a dqx, because some amount of heat will get stored, and then we will have a dqx plus dx. So dqx minus dqx plus dx is nothing but the amount of heat conducted out of the, or net amount of heat conducted. So dqx minus dqx plus dx is the amount of heat conducted. So what is the value of dqx? As it is, we write it down, minus what is the value of dqx plus dx? We find it out in equation number 2, minus. So inside this dqx plus dabba by dabba x dqx dx. So final result is what of this dqx minus dqx plus dx? This dqx and dqx will be get cancelled, and this minus sign will become inside the bracket. So I have minus dabba by dabba x dqx dx. If you see the equation number 1, we can find it out the value of dqx. What is the value of dqx? Minus kx. Kx is what? Kx is nothing but the thermal conductivity in x direction, because in all the direction, if you consider the thermal conductivity, it is different, because we are finding out this derivation for anisotropic material. So in x direction heat thermal conductivity is different, y direction thermal conductivity is different. So it will become dabba by dabba x dqx dx. Okay, we put it this dqx value, or we can take this dqx value from here. So we will have kx dabba t by dabba x dy dz. This minus sign will become over here. So minus, and this minus will become a plus. So we can write it down like this. So heat transfer dqx minus dqx plus dx value will becomes what? We have to put this value, this minus minus will becomes plus dabba by dabba x, this whole value kx dabba by dabba t by dabba x dy dz dx. So we have a value dabba by dabba x inside the bracket kx dabba t by dabba x outside the bracket dx dy and dz. Dy and dz already over here, dx will becomes dx dy dz, and this will be inside the bracket kx. So likewise we can write it down for dqy and dqz. Y ky dabba t by dabba y dx dy dz, and in a z direction it will becomes dqz minus dqz plus dz is equal to dabba by dabba z kz dabba t by dabba z dx dy dz. Call it as an equation number, I think so, 3, 4 and 5. So we find it out the heat transfer in x, y and z. So what is the total amount of heat transfer in all directions? So we have to add all these. So if I add all these, so I will have a equation dqx minus dqx plus dx plus dqy minus dqy minus dy plus dqz minus dqz plus dz is equal to all these one. Now dx dy dz is common, so I keep it outside in the bracket. So dabba upon dabba x kx dabba t by dabba x plus dabba upon dabba y ky dabba t upon dabba y plus dabba upon dabba z inside the bracket kz dabba t by dabba z. All this in bracket, and outside the bracket is dx dy and dz. This is nothing but the equation number 6. This equation number 6, this is whole equation number 6. This tell you about the heat transfer in Cartesian coordinate in all direction. Now once we find it out this heat transfer in all direction, now next is nothing but the amount of heat generated inside the system. So Q1 is nothing but the amount itself generated inside. In a nuclear reactor, like heat is get generated. In electric current wire, heat is generated. Now this kind of heat is get generated. So how to take the account of heat? So Q1 is nothing but the amount of heat generated per unit volume. So how to write it down? Q1? Q1 upon volume is nothing but the Q bar. So what is the Q bar? Q bar is nothing but the amount of heat generated upon volume. So what is the value of Q bar? What is the value of Q1? That is Q bar into volume. So what is the volume for this unit? It is dx, dy and dz. So this is equation number 7. So this is the amount of heat generated inside the system, that is Q bar dx, dy, dz, also known as an Q bar, amount of heat generated per unit volume. Now once the heat is transferred through it, once the heat is generated, some amount of heat transfer, some amount of heat generated. So due to that, the internal energy of this system will be get changed. You know that already we took down that as we provide the heat, the vibration of the system will be increases. That means internal energy will be changed. So as the internal energy will be get change of this unit, we have to calculate that rate of change of internal energy, and this is due to this much amount of heat is get transfer and this much amount of heat is get generated. Due to that, internal energy of the system will be get changed. So rate of change of internal energy, rate of change of internal energy, that is delta E, is equal to mCp, and this rate of change of we have to calculate with respect to time. So it will become mCp dt by dt, where this T is an temperature and this T will be an time. So this m I can write it down in terms of density. So rate of change of internal energy will becomes rho V, that is rho is an density, V is volume, Cp into delta T by delta T. What is the volume for this unit? That is rho Cp delta T by delta T into dx, dy and dz. Now if you see the equation number 6 and 7, 6 indicate the amount of heat transfer in all directions. 7 indicate the amount of heat generated, and due to effect of 6 and 7, that is amount of heat transfer and amount of heat generated, there will be a change of internal energy. So we can write it down, rate of change of internal energy, that is delta E, is equal to the amount of heat transfer in all direction plus heat generated. Okay, so this indicate the equation number 8, this indicate the equation 6, and this will indicate the equation 7, like this. So we can add this one so as to we can find it out. Now here dx dy dz, here dx dy dz, and here dx dy dz. So it will be get cancelled. So I will get the equation like this. I write it down, amount of heat direction in all direction is an d upon dx kx delta T by delta x plus delta upon delta y ky into delta T upon delta y plus delta upon delta z kz delta T upon delta z plus heat generation, that is Q bar, is all equal to rho Cp delta T by delta T. This equation is called as an three-dimensional heat equation for Cartesian coordinate system. We also derived it in terms of isotropic material, because this is for anisotropic material, because thermal conductivity is different in different direction. But we stop over here, and in next video we continue with the same equation. Thank you.